Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry I can't be with you today, but it's a great pleasure to be able to send you this message of support and encouragement. The European Disability Forum's report on the Sustainable Development Goals and on respecting, protecting and fulfilling the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities is an excellent contribution to the work of the European Commission in this area. It will help us to turn the promises we made in New York into realities on the ground. The adoption of the UN Convention and its ratification by the EU, as well as the adoption of the Agenda for Sustainable Development, were undoubtedly huge successes. But the greatest success will be turning these words into action. The EU played a key role in the adoption of the 2030 Agenda. But I know this is something that was not done just by institutions or governments. It would not have been possible without the commitment of civil society, including organizations of persons with disabilities, and the commitment of the private sector as well. Change will only happen if we all work together. The Commission's communication on Next Steps for a Sustainable European Future presents an overview of the EU contribution, highlighting policies which address each of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. We will continue to take significant steps to reach the SDGs in the area of equality, social rights, clean energy, circular economy, sustainable finance, education, digital innovation, to name but a few. But it is important that the work on the SDGs continues with determination beyond the mandate of the current Commission. And so we're laying the ground for developing a post-2020 perspective as well. In 2018, as part of the Future of Europe discussion, we will adopt a reflection paper on the follow-up to the SDGs. We hope this reflection work will inspire and shape the EU beyond 2020. I would really welcome your ideas for this paper. The 2030 Agenda paves the way for all people to have a voice and to have real opportunities to shape the course of development. Inclusion and equality are at the core of the 2030 Agenda, with the pledge to leave no one behind. We are acutely aware of the risk of being left behind for persons with disabilities, and we will address these risks. The SDGs are for all of us and should be delivered by all of us. This is no longer about one part of humanity helping another. It's about all of us coming together to save our planet and create a sustainable future. I know you are committed to turning the SDGs into a reality for the 80 million persons with disabilities in Europe. Whether you are fighting for environmental protection, tackling poverty or famine, or working for peace and equal opportunities around the world, the SDGs should empower you to reach your full potential. In the 20 years of the European Disability Forum, we've seen many changes in EU policy and the adoption of EU laws and policies that protect, promote, and ensure the rights of persons with disabilities in areas such as passengers' rights, structural funds, employment, and web accessibility. Most recently, of course, the Council approved a European Accessibility Act, which will set common accessibility requirements for certain key products and services. All these developments have paved the way to a stronger and more inclusive society as they benefit everyone, but we're not there yet. Achieving all the SDGs is a shared responsibility. We need to learn from each other and work better together to accelerate our progress. This is why we at the Commission have set up a multi-stakeholder platform to follow up on our commitments and exchange best practices. I see this new platform as an opportunity for a dynamic relationship with civil society, with the business community, and with academia, so that it can come together, take stock of what everybody's doing, and provide advice to us at the European Commission so that we can devise better policies. The European Disability Forum is represented by the social platform, and I also want you to know that my door and that of my team is open to deal with specific challenges you may face. Get in touch with us if you want. Ladies and gentlemen, the success of the 2030 Agenda will ultimately depend on the active involvement of all of us to ensure that we leave no one behind. The SDGs must be achieved through you and for you. I wish you a successful conference. Congratulations on Forum's new report on the SDGs, and I look forward to hearing about the outcome of your discussions. Thank you very much.